Hi everyone, this is Cheryl from the Sewing Basket, and I am here today to bring you our pattern video for our Santa's Workshop for 2021. We know that this is going to be kind of a crazy year, and so we wanted this year's project to be fairly simple and easy. We know that a lot of people are going to be making items at home instead of trying to purchase them online or in a store. So again, we wanted to do something that would be easy enough for you to make multiples of if you have a lot of gift giving to do but are struggling to find something. So this is our table runner that we made, and it's named the wink of an eye because you can make it in the wink of an eye. It's fairly simple piecing. We start with a large center cut. We're going to be cutting 3 different borders and cornerstones. All of your borders and all of your cornerstones are going to measure 2 inches. So all of your cutting is straightforward. You don't have to keep looking back and forth to a pattern. Everything is cut at 2 inches except for your center panel. After you have all of your long and your short borders cut, you're going to take all of your short ones and you're just going to add that little cornerstone onto each side. So you're going to have 2 short sides with your cornerstones added for each of your borders. Once you have these little pieces assembled, you're going to take your center panel, you're going to add your first long border, and then you're going to add the short border with the cornerstones onto each end. Then you're going to repeat that with your second border. So you'll add your long borders, and then your pieced side borders, and then your third long border, and that pieced end border. So very simple, very straightforward piecing for this project. We made it out of 3 half yards. So your center and your cornerstone are cut from one of the half yards. Your first and third borders are cut from your third half yard, and then your second border and your binding are cut from the third half yard. So again, it's simple purchasing or coordinating your fabrics along with simple piecing. You can see the runner behind me is done in the same way, where my center and my cornerstones are from the same fabric. My first and third border are from my second fabric, and then my second border and binding are from my third fabric. This pattern is fast enough that you can make many of them for many different gifts. If you have somebody that was newly married or just purchased a house this year, which a lot of people did, and they're decorating and still trying to get it all set up for them, make them a set of runners. You can do 4 different seasons, 1 for each season. You could do 1 for every month. You could do just the holidays. Yeah, are they big into coffee drinkers? Put a coffee panel in the middle. Do they live on a farm? Do they have a different hobby? Do they have a cabin up north? Okay, you can really make this project specific to the different people that you're giving it to. For your convenience, we're making up lots of little rolls of these little 3 half-yard cuts. So here I have 2 of them that are a little more holiday. This one has some tossed Christmas words, a little Christmas plaid, and then a real soft green to go with it. So a very soft, elegant look to your runner. This one is Grinch. So do you got some kids in the house or people who just love the Grinch? He's your favorite part from Christmas. We have the Grinch, we have Max the dog, and then we got a really good Grinch green going on right here. Okay? You don't need them for Christmas or you want to do other things. This little bundle is for the people who have maybe a cabin up north. Okay? I'm going to pull this one out here a little bit. All right? So this one has your pine cones and your little cabins, cute little red roof, and then it's got your green and your brown to go with it. The really nice thing about this pattern is because all 3 of them can be done off of a half yard of fabric, you can pick and choose what you want to go where. So I could say I want my cabin to be in the middle, and then I want to surround it with the brown and have my green be my accent and my binding. Or maybe I don't want everything, my pretty fabric, right, the pretty one, to be covered up because I plan on setting things in there. So maybe I want to use my cabin fabric out here and have a brown stripe down the middle. So maybe I'm going to put my green in the center. okay? Because you can put any of them anywhere, you can choose when you get home as to your placement of each one. Now, sometimes you may want to add a fourth color in, okay? So we had just gotten in, let me grab it here. We had just gotten in this sweet little vegetable fabric, and they got these adorable little faces on them. And so we pulled out the colors, the blueberry color, we pulled out the raspberry color, but I just wanted a little more pop in the corner. So I added this extra accent color. It would be about 1/8 of a yard if you're buying it, but if you're just going through your scrap at home, probably an 8-inch square, you need to cut 12 2-inch cornerstones. So you don't need a lot of fabric for that little accent color. Then after I got done with it and I was looking at it, and originally I added this because I thought, oh, this is too light, too white, and they might chop up kind of funny. So I added that fourth color in. But then I was looking at these little faces, and I thought, you know, you could cut a 2-inch square if you fussy cut those little faces. So I took one, and here's my little apple, and I cut that little apple face out of there. So now, if I fussy cut, I could put those little fruit faces in my corner. I could have yellow ones, green ones, purple ones. It would be really adorable. So again, don't just assume that you have to follow the pattern exactly. This is your project. You can do whatever you want with it. If you wanted to choose to make each one of these borders a different color instead of coordinating the first and the third one, go ahead, do it. You know, it's a great project that you can even work from a lot of your scraps at home. All right. Then the last thing we have is, don't forget about our skinny yards that we cut. Okay. This project is long enough that a 1/2 yard of fabric is going to be too short for the runner. So you're going to need to cut a yard of fabric, and then you're going to have to cut it in half and piece it together. Okay. Our skinny yards, we've already done that for you. We measure out 2 yards and then we cut them on the fold. So you have that 22 inches that you need for the runner, but you have 72 inches in length. Okay, same amount of square inches, still a yard of fabric. It's just a long, skinny yard. The nice thing about this is I would have enough fabric, because this table runner is shorter. This is a 72-inch roll, but I'm going to get my full back without a seam, plus an extra fat quarter to boot, versus having to buy the same yard, have a seam on my back, and now I'm going to be left over with kind of these long skinny strips that are cut off of the side. So this is actually a more user-friendly piece of fabric, and your leftovers are a little more user-friendly. So I hope you enjoyed our video. I hope that a lot of you can find some use for it over the holidays, and we look forward to seeing you at the shop. Thanks a lot. Bye.